I'm sorry about that. That broadcast dropped, but let's finish up the broadcast. All right, or the live stream that we were supposed to do in one part, but we had to do it in two-part live stream. But that's because it dropped. All right, the American is done. Is App State, Coastal Carolina, Charlotte, Clemson, Duke, East Carolina, FIU, Florida, Florida State, Georgia Southern, Georgia Tech, Kennesaw State, Miami, NC State, North Carolina, South Carolina, UCF, and USF, and Wake Forest. Then the ACC is Army, Boston College, Buffalo, Delaware, Florida Atlantic, because the Florida schools could not fit all in one. That's why they had to be in the one before it. James Madison, Liberty, Marshall, Maryland, Navy, Penn State, Pittsburgh, Rutgers, Syracuse, Temple, UConn, UMass, Virginia, and Virginia Tech. Then we have Alabama, Auburn, Ball State, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Iowa State, Jacksonville State, Minnesota, Mississippi State, Northern Illinois, Northwestern, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, Purdue, South Alabama, Troy, UAB, and Wisconsin. Then you have Akron, Bowling Green, Central Michigan, Cincinnati, Eastern Michigan, Kansas State, Kentucky, Louisville, Memphis, Miami, Ohio, Michigan, Michigan State, Middle Tennessee, Ohio, Ohio State, Tennessee, Toledo, Vanderbilt, Western Kentucky, and Western Michigan. Then you have Arkansas, Arkansas State, Kansas, Kansas State, LSU, Louisiana, Louisiana Tech, Missouri, Missouri State, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Tulane, Tulsa, and Yale Monroe. Then you have Georgia State and Old Dominion and Independence. I'll explain that in a minute. And then Air Force, Baylor, Boise State, Colorado State, Houston, New Mexico State, North Texas, Rice, SMU, Sam Houston, TCU, Texas A&M, Texas State, Texas Tech, UTSA, and Wyoming. And then we have Mountain West is Arizona State, BYU, Nevada, Utah, State, and UNLV. I've had 12 Oregon State, Washington State. SEC is Fresno State at Southeastern Conference, but we can. I know it says Southeast Conference, but it's furthest west you can get. So we're going east to west. California, Fresno State, San Diego State, and San Jose State. And then Sunbelt is Hawaii, Stanford, UCLA, and USC from the reigning California schools because we had to. We could have no independent, but we couldn't have no named actual conference. Alright. I was thinking about where are they? Where Florida Atlantic is, see, the Florida schools, you had too many Florida schools in here for Florida Atlantic. So that you're like, okay, well, you can put them in independent, but you'd rather have them in one conference, just one conference over. That way they can still be geographically. And then why we have two independents? Well, Georgia State, I forgot. And we have too many teams, and then that one with Georgia teams take up, so that's why they had to go into the independents. Where is Georgia's? Yeah, see, Georgia's and Florida's, they couldn't. That's why Florida Atlantic had to go to the within those schools, and then Georgia State and Old Dominion. It was in the Virginias. Virginias couldn't. Well, I guess you can put Florida Atlantic And here with Georgia State, and then Old Dominion. Okay, there. That makes more sense now because uh, Old Dominion is a Virginia school along with Virginia Tech. So that makes more sense to have the Floridas and Georgias extra, the teams that wouldn't fit into with the rest of the Floridas and Georgias. The two Florida and Georgia teams, FAU and Georgia State, that wouldn't fit in with the other Georgia and Florida schools goes into independence, and then you got then the rest of it. So here, there's Sun Belt, SEC, Pac-12, Mountain West, MAC, Independent, Conference USA, Big 12, Big 10, ACC, and the American. That is the best I can do for it by starting out in the East Coast in the Atlantic Ocean side and working my way west to California. I mean, the furthest east you can go, which is the Florida's, Carolinas, and Virginias, and on the opposite end of the spectrum is California and Hawaii. Because Hawaii had to go in there with the overlapping. Only reason why I broke the Californias up between this and that is because you can't have less than three California team or less than three teams in an actual conference. Meaning you can have 2 or 0 in the independents, but you cannot have less than four, excuse me, in a actual conference. Independent is not a conference, even though it shows in here it is not an actual conference. There's no conference championship game. Even though it says conference FBS Independence, the reason why those teams are there is because they wouldn't fit in with the rest of the Georgia and Florida teams because the conference is full of 20, the full capacity 20 teams. That's why I had to put Florida. But see, Florida is next to Louisiana, so that makes sense for that to be there instead of yeah. And I thought, okay, well, I had to put them in the because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 actual conferences, and then the 11th tab is independent. Now let me put in the Sun Belt. I was gonna put the divisions in, but cannot do divisions with 4 teams, so that's where that divisions are. Also, divisions just don't make any sense anymore. Or just the top 2 teams from your conference make it into the championship game. There's no there's an American Conference Championship game. There's an ACC. There's a Big 10. There's a Big 12. I think there's an there is an uh, uh Conference USA Championship game with 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's. Let me go back to the Conference USA. 15 teams. You can have conference championship game. Independence, you know, Mountain West, you would, or the MAC, excuse me, aka the new Mountain West. This one you do with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 schools. You have it. This one you shouldn't, but you do for whatever reason. With 4 schools, you do. Yeah, everybody has a conference championship game, even with 4 schools in there for some or whatever reason. It means 2 teams in, 2 teams out. So whoever the top 2 are in, whoever the bottom 2 are out. For Sun Belt, US, and the mountain. This one has 7. This one has 4, 4, and 4. Now let's realign where this should be. This should be where wherever these teams basically. Okay, this should be in. I'll put this in Pasadena. And then this one should be in. Not in Atlanta. Where should this be? We'll just put in the conference. Oh. Yeah, conference at your home. This one should be that way, and then Mountain West should be in Allegiance. Stadium at UNLV. Even if UNLV does not have, that's the closest one there. Mid America would be AT&T. Oh, there's SoFi. We might put one in SoFi. Sorry, I didn't even see that there. AT&T. So we're going to go back and get this one and put this one in SoFi, which is in Los Angeles. I know none of these teams are in Los Angeles. That one's in Los Angeles. We put this one in SoFi. And then this one we'll put. We'll just put in Pasadena because it's the only other one neutral site one in California without it being on home. So that'll be a home one. That'll be in Allegiance. This one's in Jerry World, AT&T Stadium. This one, there's nothing there. This one will also be at AT&T Stadium. The 12-1 instead of AT&T Stadium. This one will be in Ford Field. And then this one will be. Where would be the best place for this one to be? Lucas Oil in Indiana. Well, Indiana's in there, so and we'll leave that as is. ACC should be Bank of America. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina. No, those Carolinas are in there. Carolina's there. This is Virginia. We have Bank of America Stadium, Caesars. Yeah, that's Louisiana. That's in Florida. That's in Maryland, so we'll put that in M&T Bank, and then this one will be in Charlotte. It's Bank of America Stadium. All right. Customer conferences, Dynasty, since let's make sure that is all set. Varsity, yep. 5 minutes. Let's go 10-minute quarters. Actually, 12-minute quarters. Everything else.
It's now time to select your team. With time to figure out where on now for the fun part. Here you'll create. Now it's time to choose your coach's archetype. Your starting choices are motivator, recruiter, and tactician. What's most important to you? Maximizing player development, acquiring new talent, or putting your team in the best position to win.
Done. And tube. Let's do Oklahoma State. Where are you? Oklahoma State. Pipeline, Alabama. Well, even though we're in. This makes no sense because we're, I don't know what conference we're in now, but. What in North Texas? Parents. Publisher, library, and then we will do the. Do anything black? Yeah, all black.
Congratulations. It's time to sign your.
I know it says 2025 and we're are in 2026, but we can do this as like a spring season and then fall will be all cut up. So we're gonna leave it there. Guess we gotta sign back into EA. So when the internet kicked me off, it kicked me off of the EA. So let's go save, and we're going to tile this NC A G O. NCAG over into geographically. And that'll do it. We have the prepared one for the upcoming season for actual and geographically. And we're just going to leave it at those two ones. And if we want to do another fantasy one later on, I will, but not until next time. Keep on everybody. We'll see you all next time. We will have more Dynasty mode with both Dynasties coming up soon after the National Championship game, and the other semifinal game are done later today. So until next time, keep on surveying. We'll see you all next time.